Are you a big fan of characters who use their real life experiences to gain power? Have you ever wondered who would make it on a top 5 list? Well, you're in luck, as this is the place to come to find out. Welcome back to Comet's Top 5s, where today we will be counting down our picks for the top 5 characters who use their real life experiences to gain power. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell icon for notifications on upcoming content. With that, let's jump right into our top 5 picks, shall we? Number 5, Genzo. Once a pro wrestler, Genzo one day finds himself summoned into a fantasy world to be a monster slayer. What the princess who summoned him didn't know was that Genzo is a huge animal lover, and that now includes monsters. Instead of killing the monsters, Genzo decides to try and befriend them so he can fulfill his dream of owning a pet shop. Throughout his journey, Genzo uses his pro wrestling skills to fight anyone who comes after or tries to hurt his pet monsters. He relies on his training as a wrestler and makes sure his body is in tip-top shape for when he drops a suplex down on the princess. It's a really odd isekai anime, as he's almost always suplexing the princess, but it's full of laughs and easily worth a watch as Genzo uses his wrestling abilities in this new fantasy world to start a pet shop. Number 4, Seiya. What would happen if a guy from Japan, who is extremely cautious, got summoned to another world to save it? Seiya from Cautious Hero answers just that when he is summoned to save this fantasy world from the Demon Lord. In exchange for his help, Seiya was given immense magical abilities, and because of his cautious attitude, he is able to not only jump crazy amounts of levels just by training his body, but he always has a plan to defeat his enemy. As crazy as it sounds, he jumps to level 15 just by doing sit-ups and push-ups for 1 week in the Divine Realm. His caution and drive to get stronger is what allows Seiya to become such a powerful character over the series as a whole. Although at times his overcautiousness can be a pain, it always gets him to victory in the end, and that's what matters the most. Number 3, Shiro. Shiro is a bit different from the others on our list, as his strength comes from his intellect as one of the best tacticians in Log Horizon. After logging into an online fantasy game, Shiro and many other gamers get stuck in the world of Eldertale. Now with no way back, Shiro and his friends try to make the most of their situation, while they also try and find a way home. As they continue to build a system that benefits everyone stuck in this new world, Shiro leads the charge not only as a tactician in boss raids, but also as a key member in the construction of a whole new society. If you want to see Shiro use his intellect to build a whole new system of government in a fantasy world, I recommend giving Log Horizon a watch. Number 2, Saitama. Now I must warn you if you're into working out. Be careful, because if you train too hard doing push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day, you might just become a superhero. And potentially lose all your hair. This is exactly what happens to Saitama in One Punch Man. At first he was just a normal guy who just wanted to be a superhero. So, like any sane person, he trained his body every single day doing normal workout routines, until he became too strong for his own good. After becoming a superhero, he actually became pretty bored with it, as nobody ever survived one punch from him. It really takes the fun out of being a hero when you can't even be in a fight for more than 1 minute. His new goal became looking for someone that would give him a challenge, and we get to see just that as Saitama utterly destroys everyone that stands in his way. It may be a bit ridiculous, but it's also really cool when he does find opponents who can take him on. Before we get to number 1, here is an honorable mention, Soma. We had to put Soma from Food Wars in our honorable mentions because he is a genius when it comes to the culinary arts. You would think losing 459 times to his dad in cook-offs would be enough to make him quit, but Soma doesn't know the meaning of the word, as he's always striving to be a better cook. It's his out-of-the-box thinking and stubborn tenacity that allows him to continue growing as a person and a chef, and he's super fun to watch. The best part is Soma uses his knowledge of tools and ingredients to constantly make sure his dishes are always served to quench his customers' appetite. Number 1, Asta. We couldn't make a top 5 list like this without including Asta from Black Clover. Born with zero magic power, Asta was always the outcast in this world full of magic. Instead of hiding, Asta decides to train his body physically every day to make sure he gets strong enough to one day become the Wizard King. With determination to make a future for him and his friends, Asta acquires a grimoire, and with it, the ability to harness anti-magic. However, Asta doesn't solely rely on the power of anti-magic from the demon within the grimoire, as he trains daily to keep his body in peak condition. As the rest of the Black Bulls practice their magic, Asta works on his muscles to make sure he can efficiently wield his swords, the Demon Dweller, Demon Slayer, and the Demon Destroyer. No matter what happens, Asta is determined to always surpass his limits, and that's what makes him number 1 on our list. Well, that's our picks for the top 5 characters who use their life experiences to gain power. What do you think of our top 5? Which characters would you have added or changed? You can let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget, if you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as smashing that bell icon to stay up to date on our latest content as it comes out. Thanks for tuning in to Comet's Top 5s, and I will see you on our next top 5 video.